Today we're making one of my favorites, apple cake, easy recipe. Into a blender you put 4 eggs and 1 1/4 cup of sugar. You can hand blend it as well. Peel 4 apples, cut it into small squares. After we cut the apples into little squares, we add 3 tablespoons of light brown sugar. Into the egg mixture, add 1 cup of oil, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Mix it all together. It smells amazing. Meanwhile, preheat your oven at 360 Fahrenheit. Let's prepare our pan. Parchment paper on the bottom. Spray it. Our pan is ready to go into the oven. 45 minutes. We're gonna put some powdered sugar on top.
Hello. Guess what I'm making today? I am making mochi. 1 cup glutinous rice flour, 2 tablespoons cornstarch. Then we have 2 tablespoons sugar. 3/4 cup milk. We mix until there's no lumps in here. Also, you can add some color, strawberries. Plastic wrap cover. We put it in the steamer for 25 to 30 minutes. And if you don't have a steamer, poke some holes on here. Put it in the microwave for 5 to 6 minutes. After they cook, add butter while it's hot. Mix, mix, mix. We roasted some extra glutinous rice flour. Cook the rice flour. Quarantine workout. Now we make this dough into a very long shape. So the dough, you press down. With the rolling pin, we roll like a dumpling wrapper. We wrap the strawberry from the top, then close, pinch the bottom. The red bean filling. This is a strawberry. Orange and red bean.
So good!
这个我好疯了。
Do not fear the pulpo. I know octopus probably looks like some alien creature, but it's dang delicious. To start, cut between the head and the tentacles to remove the eyes, then pop that beak out. Yes, octopi have beaks. Creepy. Now we need to make a semi-acidic, flavorful liquid. Here I'm just adding a bunch of vegetables and aromatics. Octopus is tough, so the acid from the wine helps kind of break it down over time. Now I'm just going to top this off with some water and salt, bring that up to a boil, and this is how you get those nice little curls that you see on octopus. Some dunks in a hot water bath. Do that if you want them, or just leave them aside, then simmer until tendy. This should take an hour or two, depending on the size of the octopus. You know your puss is done when you can stab it with a knife and the knife kind of slides in easy. You could also use a cake tester. Here I'm just going to cut it up, and we are going right to the grill with these. Charred octopus is one of the best things in the world, so that's what we're going to do today. The octi only needs a couple of minutes on the hot heat to get that nice char. Then here I got some mole, some poblano crema, and some chives. There you have it. Charred puss can be your friend too.
Oh my god, it's raining. I'm gonna make a breakfast pie for dinner. If I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, I've actually had a lot of anxiety today and I can't really shake it. So I decided to make this, try to get my mind off of it, and it actually worked. I'm still a little anxious, but at least now I'm full. So I'm doing better than I was before. So maybe if you have a little bit of anxiety and you're trying to figure out how to push past it, try cooking something, because at the end of it, at least you have something delicious to eat. And I'm not joking, I'm so proud of this because it was so good. Like, look at that. When you hit that first chew, oof, that bibbity boppity.
New snack. Layer cheese, provolone, and mozzarella. Sprinkle with Parmesan. Salt. Last but not least. Garlic powder. Bake at 350 for 15 minutes. And voila!
I'm about to take you on a trip in our kitchen to a place that's very close to my origins. Today for Around the World series, we're going to Lebanon. We're making one of the most popular salads in the country called tabbouleh. You want to start off by removing all the stems on the parsley and thoroughly washing them. Then you really want to thin slice an onion, toss it onto the cracked wheat, hit everything with a little salt and pepper, some sumac, and dried mint. This is one of my family's secrets to get a really flavorful salad. You want to massage all those flavors so the onion release their natural juices into the cracked wheat. Then you want to squeeze on a bunch of lemon and toss on the sliced tomato, hit it with a pinch of salt and mix everything together and let it sit on the side for at least 30 minutes. Then you want to go in with a little bit of fresh mint, and you want to chop up the parsley almost as fine as you are. Don't get lazy on me and use a food processor, please. You want to finish off with the same seasonings at the beginning, olive oil, a little bit more lemon, plated it up, and now we have final product. Now, bismillah.
Stand by your pan. Y'all been wanting fried green tomatoes. Well, newsflash, if you're a hater. I've never made these things before in my life. I'm not a professional cook. I'm in the country music business. Here goes nothing. Now it's the end of tomato season, so I like to never found any green tomatoes. But they say as long as they're still firm, they'll fry well. I'm cutting them about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch. I've given my tomatoes about 10 minutes to rest, and I've mixed up the following. Some seasoned flour. I'm using self-rising because I love it. Salt, pepper, garlic powder, a little cayenne. Some buttermilk and 2 eggs, just a splash of buttermilk, and some cornmeal, salt and pepper. This is a messy job, so if I was doing it again, I'd keep one hand dry. Also, I'd mix a little flour in with my cornmeal at the end. Don't fry them in bacon grease, but a little avocado oil. Made a little bit of comeback sauce. Listen to this crunch. Stand by your pan. Yes, Lord.
Pasta with brown butter and sage feels really fancy, but it's super easy to make. I'm using this really cool rainbow farfalle, but you can use anything. It only takes 10 minutes to make, so start boiling your water. Add a nice hunk of butter to your skillet. Add a couple garlic cloves to infuse the flavor, and then add some panko breadcrumbs. This is going to be a crispy, crunchy topping. Set aside when they're golden brown and generously salt your water. Add your pasta and set your timer for a couple minutes less than the package says. Add some butter, fresh sage, and rosemary. Then add some red pepper flakes. Then add back the garlic cloves that we used for the breadcrumbs to infuse this with more flavor. At home we get our milk, butter, and eggs delivered from a farm, and that's why it's such a pretty color. When the butter's brown, add your pasta to the sauce and let it finish cooking with a little bit of reserved pasta water and Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. Finally, top it with your crispy, garlicky breadcrumbs and a little bit of red pepper flakes if you like them. It's so good.
Hey guys, I recently got married and my husband is Mexican, and so I figured I needed to start incorporating more Hispanic recipes into the kitchen. Today I made a new recipe called pozole verde. For those of you who don't know, it's basically a chicken soup. You want to add jalapenos, onions, and chicken thighs into a big pot and saute that with oregano, cumin, salt, and pepper. And then you want to add in 1.5 pounds of tomatillos, peeled and rinsed off. It's easier if you chop them up so that they can saute easier. You're going to let all that simmer with a few quarts of water for about 40 minutes. And then after that, you're going to take the chicken out, you're going to shred it, and you are going to put the other vegetables inside a blender. I used a whole entire head of cilantro alongside 4 cubes of chicken bouillon and fresh lime juice. After you add it all together, you finally add a can of hominy, and you're done. This is my sister-in-law checking it out, and she likes it.
So you put your buttermilk in with your Crisco, and you already set your oven to 500 degrees.
And just pour this flour in and work it in.
Just work it in.
So you're pulling it from the sides.
Will you use all that flour?
No.
No? And just pour the rest back in your flour bucket?
Gets out of school for Christmas like Friday. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
You don't measure anything, do you?
No.
Just...
I'm gonna get her this time. No. I
don't measure anything.
No! Stop it!
So if we do something at your house, we'll be gone.
No.
Mimo, I got her.
Did you get her?
Yeah. Hey, baby.
That's Peepaw.
Saturday, Sunday.
Tonight for dinner I made Thai chicken summer rolls. I soaked my rice paper in water, then I spread on the peanut sauce, topped it with rice, shredded chicken, cucumber, carrot, some fresh mint, some sriracha for some heat. Then I rolled it up, cut it in half, ate it, and it was absolutely delicious.
Hey guys, no story time today. Instead, I'm going to take you through the recipe for my most popular TikTok post, kampung tofu. We're going to start with 1 box of firm tofu cut into cubes, a little bit of salt and potato starch, and then we're going to make the sauce with 1 tablespoon of gochugaru, some soy sauce, sweetener, mirin, rice wine vinegar, and some potato starch. Then we're going to get a huge pan really nice and hot with some oil, and we're going to fry up that tofu in 1 layer, work in batches if you must, make sure they don't touch, and then flip them when they get golden brown, because that is when they're going to taste so crunchy. We're gonna finish off the sauce with some shallots, some green onions, 5 cloves of garlic, and half a carrot, as well as some green chilies and dried chilies. And we're gonna add back in that liquid we made in the beginning, and oh my God, in 30 seconds, you're gonna have the most delicious sauce you ever tasted. You're gonna add back the tofu along with some sesame oil and sesame seeds, and there you have it, kampung tofu. Comment below if you like this recipe. I know you will.
What's your favorite thing to eat while camping? Ours has got to be the skillet breakfast sizzler right there. Connect a sausage, eggs, you can add whatever the heck you want to it. But our setup right here while camping, all Camp Chef. Pellet grill, 2-burner stove, and the big